Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Subpar Gamers podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Hey Steph, with my friend Tyler.
Oh, then.
He's also a host. I keep on forgetting to say that he's also a host
I
every
just
time
exist.
we. The Rhett
Uh,
and Link of gaming.
oh, God. I do
you know
not
they
want to be
actually
known for that.
they actually have a podcast.
Everyone's got a podcast at this point. Even us.
Well, not. I will bite my tongue on that one. All right. Um. So how's your day been, Tyler?
Uh, Boring as shit. I've been doing nothing.
Except for playing Terraria and forgetting about the podcast.
Yeah, yeah. I played like, I don't know, at least 6 hours of Terraria. Then I played some Apex, and then played some more Terraria, and then this fucker had to remind me to get online.
I mean, hey, I could have recorded this podcast by myself. Listen, bit.
Okay, motherfucker.
I would have brought on like PewDiePie, asshole.
Yeah, just call him up, buddy old pal Felix. He'll
My buddy old
understand.
pal. And sorry if you could barely understand me or I sound a little funny. I'm sick, so I'll make sure to give everybody my McLoving so I can get you all sick. What he said. All right,
I s-
so go ahead.
no, it's fine.
Uh,
It's
uh,
so irrelevant. It's not even funny.
oh, now you said it. Now you have to.
Okay, so I saw a reel the other day where it was someone said every motherfucker when they have one funny conversation with their friend and then immediately start a podcast, and then I cannot have a single unique experience without it showing up sometime in fucking.
I mean,
It feels like everyone lives the same life.
that's literally the reason why we did a podcast.
There's one funny.
No, a couple funny road trips started it
What episode are we on? 3 or 4?
for.
Nice. That's great.
Nah,
I didn't expect to get past one.
without getting banned or
I thought we'd
community
lose all
drywall.
motivation
No,
well
no,
before we
shockingly
get
not.
banned.
Nah, I
Now
actually
banning
like this.
seems more likely.
I like this because I get to express my views and like in certain situations that I wouldn't be able to on my other channel. So it kind of is like it's like therapeutic kind of like I can actually speak my mind about topics without being judged
That's fair. That's
or
good.
feeling like or like feeling that I can't say a certain thing because I would get banned or people would hate me.
I feel like they already hate us. Not a single redeeming quality.
No, nothing at all.
They come here for Yosik ass.
All right, so I guess we should get into our first topic since we've already wasted a good solid 10 minutes,
No, no,
most likely. No, we wasted 10 minutes of getting ready. Never mind.
it's
It's
not
only
a
been like,
waste.
it's only, it's only been 3 minutes so far, I think. So, I guess we should get into our first topic of cheating spouses. Ooh.
Mhm.
So, what's your opinion on that?
I cheated on my wife.
Cheated on my wife, killed my children, and burnt my house to the ground. All in that order.
I don't understand cheaters. Because like,
It-
why don't you just leave the person if you
and then
care so
date the
little?
other. Exactly, and then just date the other person. Like, is it that hard not to be a slut?
Yeah.
How
Okay,
about the
continue.
scum?
Continue.
Scum.
Yeah,
Cheaters
yeah,
are
yeah.
scum.
Scum.
Like, it's obviously women cheat, but men cheat. Everybody cheats, and it's just disgusting. Why not just leave the person, save them the pain, save yourself, like your like morality. Like, that must hurt a motherfucker mentally if they like truly don't give a shit. Like, unless they like truly don't give a shit, that must like eat their mind. Like, I don't know. Just
Yeah,
people
it
that
would
are
be
cheat.
awful getting on the other side. Have you been cheated on?
Yes, I have.
How does it feel?
Um,
Really awful.
well, would you care and love somebody and think they love you like that just for you to just get like it literally felt like I got stabbed. Oh, it was like one of the worst body pains I think I've ever felt in my life hearing that news.
So like, it wasn't just mental; it was like physical pain.
Like
I felt that.
my heart skipped like 5 beats.
Did they ever give a reason why?
Okay, well, it has something to do with our
Not that there's a good reason.
going into our other topic. But I used to be a stupid 13-year-old and I used to do online relationships a lot. Granted, yes, I know now that they were never real relationships. I know this. Don't tell me it in the comments. I already know. But I still like even though I wasn't with them, I still had a connection with them. Like I still like it's like if Tyler just quit being my friend right now. We barely okay, let me rephrase that. Tornado. Me and Tornado were like best friends. But if we never like if he just said like, oh, we're not best friends, we're not friends anymore, it would be like that.
I mean, you met him in person.
Well, yeah, I can't even give an example of it. Just
No, I
because
mean
they're
purely
like
online.
far away doesn't mean that I have any less like of a like that I didn't at the time have any less feeling for them. Like they still mattered to me like they were right here with me. Now they don't, but obviously. But at the time that's how it
Because it
was.
felt
Like
real.
it yeah, even though it was nothing.
What if it was like a 40-year-old man with a voice changer?
They most definitely were not.
You never know, maybe.
You
There's
never
some
know.
advanced AI.
I don't think there was any advanced AI at that time.
Okay.
It's more of a kind of a recent thing, actually.
Well, that
They
was
didn't
recent.
have, they really didn't have voice changers though. Like now you could be like Elon Musk and like say some stupid shit.
Oh yeah,
Like they didn't
the
have
voice
that kind of
changers
shit. They just
nowadays
had
are,
like pitching and stuff. Like
yeah,
you could talk really, I can talk really how like that.
yeah, and it doesn't sound right at all.
Yeah, you would know a 40-year-old man would be talking to you if
What do you mean your gamer girlfriend isn't supposed to sound like an alien? Oh my god,
How about
she
you?
sounds like a minion.
Have you ever gotten cheated on?
No, I haven't. I've Yeah, no, I haven't. I had like a 1 day relationship and then I
Oh,
got ghosted, which was kind of awful. Well, I wouldn't say it's cheating, not at all.
I don't. So since you know the feeling of getting ghosted,
Yeah.
I know how that feels too because another one of my online relationships has done that to me too. How did that feel for you?
I mean, I was like 9, but I was devastated. It was like I had my family had been slaughtered in front of me. Like I was
I
the
want to
last survivor.
I want to say mine happened in like ninth grade, eighth grade, ninth grade, and at that time, my I was really close with my great grandparents as well as my grandparents. So my great grandfather was like he got diagnosed with cancer. A couple of days later, this bitch ghosted me. So I have like
God.
three fucking tragedies happening to me, like while she like just like as the person I liked ghosted me. So I don't even know how the ghosting felt. I don't I did I gave a shit, but like
It
I was
was
like, man, my grandfather's dying.
it was
I
like
don't know if
nothing
she's dead.
in comparison.
It's like, bruh. I was like, I don't know what I was more upset over, honestly. Like that sounds shitty as hell, but like I don't know. They were both bad. So it just made one big bad problem for me that I probably still have problems with today. Like, I don't know. Just two like horrific things happening at the same time, just kind of like, I don't know, that fucked me up. Even though I know it's like, I understand, like I said, I just want to push it out there that I know they're not real. I was just cringy. But goddamn, that shit stung.
Yeah. Mine was
Living,
nowhere near as bad as that.
oh,
But I was younger. So how old were you when that happened?
it was in ninth grade, so I want to say they're like 13 or 14.
Okay, so
Not,
mine
not
was
sure
at
how
like
old I was.
yeah, mine was I think at the end of fourth grade, fourth or fifth grade. It was the day before summer. I,
Oh.
yeah, and then I had a crush on this girl, and she actually came up to me. She's like, "Hey, I like you," and I don't know if her friends dared her to do it or something, or like she just decided to do it randomly. But yeah, she came up to me and said she liked me, and she gave me her number. I guess it was her parents' number because no one really had a cell phone. Being fourth grade back then. Not back then, like it was a long time ago, but
It kind of was, though, if you think about it.
yeah. Nowadays, most fourth graders are like fucking.
iPhone like 14 Pro Max.
Yeah, it wasn't quite like that, but yeah. And then she either gave me the wrong number on purpose, or she just couldn't remember because fucking fourth grader. Yeah,
To
but
clarify,
I tried
just
calling that number a
to,
bunch, and just nothing.
just to clarify, Tyler was also in fourth grade with this girl.
Yes.
I don't know if
It
you
wasn't it wasn't
clarified
I
that.
wasn't going after the fourth grader and I'm in like 12th.
Bro, people actually do that though. Like
Oh
12th,
God.
like 12th grader, like football boys. Like
Go
at
after the
least when
freshman
we
girl.
were, at least when we were in
That's
like, at
gross.
least when we were freshmen, the 12th grade, like the 12th graders were all over us.
What?
Like, have you not like like a 12th grader, like a football player, right? Would go after like a freshman girl.
Yeah.
That's just disgusting.
I thought you meant like all over us as in like
No.
flirting with the boys. I'm like, what?
I don't think that ever happened. I just roasted half of my friend group. I am so sorry. Hopefully
I
this they don't
I
watch
don't
this
think
one.
any of us, not that I can remember, have
Have
gone for
got
anyone,
bitches.
yeah, that, or have gone more than a grade level in either direction.
Yeah, I went a grade level behind me. Mine, 11th grade. Sorry.
Wah, wah.
He's son of a
Yeah, you shot a little too short, buddy. You should
Been
keep
11 months apart. Get the fuck out of here.
11 years.
Oh hell no. Maybe if I'm like 40 or like 30.
Oh my god. Look like a little Tamagotchi girlfriend.
Gotta water her and feed her.
Like, like a fucking, make her like a chia pet. She just grows. Grows fucking grass. Okay. So that's it for your two.
Yeah, that was pretty intense.
Intense, but it was a little quickie. Oh,
It was
nice
just
little quickie.
a little sticky.
Little sticky quickie.
Oh.
I
It's
love.
only been like 20 minutes, and we have only two more. It's insane.
We can talk about some other stuff. It doesn't just have to
We
be the
could we
topics we
could do
brought up.
one of the like the challenges or whatever.
Uh, I don't think we're prepared for that. Most of them
Yeah,
require prep.
guess we
Um,
could do this on a Tuesday one night.
yeah. Um, okay, so I'll just go into my topics and we'll see where that leaves us with time. So one of the things that I am very interested in at least recently has been game development. No, I wouldn't even say so I wouldn't even say recently, like since I was like a kid, I was making have you used Scratch? It's like sort
I
of
feel,
a
I feel like
visual
I've
coding language where you like just drag blocks together.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did we
So,
have to do that like in like ninth grade?
yeah, so we had a class where it was like fucking
Was it with that one bitch?
game development that
The
quit.
one that taught the one that taught HTML and Python.
That I have no clue.
The very tall old lady.
I'm talking
Uh,
about something before ninth grade. I'm talking about like late middle
oh,
school.
okay. Well, we need to talk about this teacher real quick. It we can't just not bring her up and
I
not
didn't mind
expect to
her.
talk to her. I
Okay.
did okay. So just imagine this. Picture this. You go into your grade finder thing, like your website that you look up your grades on, right? And you noticed 85 missing assignments. How would that make you feel?
How to make your parents feel.
Exactly. So this teacher used to do that.
Yeah.
She used
She'd
to
put
put it like
everything in as fucking blank grades.
and then they all turned out to be missing assignments.
Because
That was
she
the most because she's lazy.
yeah, she just teaches the same cookie cutter class every year and she has to sit back and do nothing and she hates it when anybody says
Ask
anything,
questions.
talks. Yeah.
Oh, not to mention she plays like 1950s music or Disney music loud.
Ah,
I forgot that. I don't mind the 50s music, but the Disney music used to piss me off. Like I was in 10th grade. Like, do I really need to listen to Disney music while learning HTML that you're not teaching me? It's just on a book. It's literally they had like these books that you had to like read to do it yourself. It was literally the most stupidest class I think I've ever
yeah,
taken
there
in my.
didn't need to be a teacher. It could have been self-governed. It was like
Oh, and
taking
not to mention, she used to slam her keyboard if people started talking.
yeah, she did that for us one time. Some kid brought in some like Bang energy drink and then spilled it on the table and she was like screaming through her like two fucking cloth masks
she
because this
she
was
she
during COVID.
She used to wear
And
two cloth masks and then a face shield.
yeah, and she was just fucking slamming her keyboard with both fists, screaming because some kid spilled bang on the table. It was so funny. Oh my god. Oh
She did
my
that.
god.
She did that to. She didn't slam her keyboard. She slammed somebody next to me's I was sitting there, trying to learn HTML, page 60 of like 100,000, and some like this 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 kid sitting next to me, he was a little bit on the slow side, and he didn't really understand how
Oh
to do
god.
any of it, even with directions. Even though the book tells you like basically copy and paste what to do, he didn't understand. She was so fucking mad. It was funny as hell. Like she literally like did like that. It was hilarious.
Oh my god. She is an absolute trip. God.
Not to mention she's like 6'8" as well.
Yeah, she's fucking Hulk.
She kind of has a
She Hulk.
hunchback, so she's like 6'3", but if she got rid of that hunchback, bro, she'd be
It's-
6'8". She, I'm 6'1" and I have to look up to her.
Yeah,
So she,
she is.
she's
Oh,
a unit.
yeah, an absolute unit. And I, a lot of people in our school notoriously hated her, but I didn't mind her.
I didn't mind her actually.
Yeah, me and one of the other friends in our friend group, we got to sit right next to each other and do our work, and we were just fine. And we just sort of laughed at all the freshmen getting yelled at the whole time because she, she just did not care about their feelings.
Uh, she was the last freshman she was nice to was like our freshman class.
Yeah, sh
The
sh
rest of them could go to hell. Like,
yeah, one of our friends got caught not cheating. Well, it is cheating, but he found a way to copy answers from old classmates' data. So he was able to get into the folder that had all the classmates' done projects from years past and just copy it right onto his own. And because she didn't check that much, she didn't notice for fucking ever. And only until quite a few kids in our friend group and a little bit beyond started doing it, she caught on and fucking gave them all detention and shit. Yelled at all of them.
well, with our school, everybody's data that ever went onto that school, like, at least, so we had Chromebooks and then we had Windows 10 PCs.
Yeah.
Those PCs are interlinked. So I probably still have my data. Like any project I've ever done on a Windows 10 PC in that school, I probably still have it on that PC.
Yeah, and it's unprotected. And
Yeah.
literally anyone can go in and like if you just look at the C drive, you go in there and like it's got
Look
students'
up the student
pictures,
number.
every picture. Yeah, all their student numbers. And teachers have like shared projects in there all over the place. It's insane. Like I got to do a little bit of digging in her class, but I didn't want to, get caught or anything, but Jesus.
That's why I didn't yeah, I really don't. I only have stuff from my photography class and my video editing class that I took. That's about it. Because thank God our Chromebooks aren't linked onto that stupid system.
Yeah, I was hoping that my STL file for a technical drawing and design class I took, where I made a now banned 3D model of a yo-yo that had Bill Cosby's face perfectly modeled into it painstakingly by hand. I spent I spent weeks on this, and I had Bill Cosby on this yo-yo, and I
And then he got the allegations.
yeah. So this teacher was going to 3D print everyone's yo-yo in order of how many votes it got for the class, and mine won. And only after the voting did he say that mine was inappropriate because it had Bill Cosby in it, couldn't be displayed in the hallway, and couldn't be 3D printed at all. And he like
This is
verbally
right.
harassed me over it.
This is when Bill Cosby was like within his scandal.
Yeah.
So he made this, and then boom, like a couple days later, Bill Cosby scandal.
Oh my god. It was
The luck.
but oh my god, that shit was so funny in retrospect, but I hated his guts for a while.
Was it yeah, there's only one class with 3D printing. Okay, I
Yeah.
know what. He
He used
seemed
to be
like
an
an
excellent job
asshole.
teacher. He was a really nice guy, and I loved him up until boom, that one moment.
Do you
Uh,
remember the first class we ever had with each other?
I
Ninth
don't.
grade with the rockets and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude,
This
our class fucked up two teachers. It fucked up that teacher that I was just talking about, and it fucked up a math teacher because they both went to the middle school after our year.
he was a middle school teacher, if I'm being honest. He
Yeah,
he had his classroom structured around Legos, Legos and building out
Legos
of popsicle sticks.
and rockets.
Yeah, every fucking every time we had to build something, it had to be out of hot glue and a specified number of popsicle sticks. I got burnt
Which
so
was
many
like
times the next.
I didn't actually. Oh, and you had to do the occasional like PowerPoint.
Yeah, I
Remember
loved
that
those
banger
PowerPoints. Yeah.
Dude, remember that banger PowerPoint me and that one kid did about wheelchairs?
I don't.
Oh, I wish I still had access to my account. Dude, that was like one of the
About
best.
wheelchairs?
Yes, dude, it was like about robotic wheelchair.
That's hilarious. Keep in mind, this class is about transportation
Yeah, it
systems.
was called yeah, it was called
So
oh yeah, it's transportation
that
class.
I guess that is mass transport, a robotic wheelchair. Oh my god. But to get back onto the like we went so far out of but the game development. We had we had Python with that tall Hulk She-Hulk teacher. And man, that shit was so good. Me and this friend, we had previous experience doing a little bit of Python, and we had also played around on Scratch for a long time. Me more so than him, but since about, I don't know, like 7 or 8, I've had access to a computer. And like almost that whole time, I had been doing projects on Scratch, and I still have a lot of cool projects. And I was getting to the point where I couldn't really do much more with the language. I don't even know if you'd call it a language. It's like just dropping blocks. But you
Yeah.
can do some hella sophisticated stuff with it. It got to the point where, like, with a little bit of outside help and research, you could make like 3D games. Like, you'd have to make like a fucking game engine, but it would be worth it because you could fucking make 3D shit. And it was just too restricting. But I didn't have
Because you
any
could
coding
place
experience.
blocks into
Yeah,
to
it got
each
got
other.
the fundamentals down. So when we got into this Python class, we were hammering. So you do 6 projects throughout the year, and then one collaborative group project that me and him did together. And of the six where they had to vote on for a winner, I won four of them. He won the other two, and we won the group one. So
Jesus
not a
Christ.
single other person won anything.
That's kind of unfair.
It, but almost because of that class, that's why I'm majoring in computer science. Not because of that class, but it opened the potential to what I wanted to do, which was game
And
development.
now like now you could like use that and be like, hey, I'm Python certified and HTML certified. I can build you the website and the game.
Yeah, why
No,
not
but
both? Web game.
those websites were shit.
What did you guys do in there? Like,
Did you
is it
take
marketing?
HTML?
No, I hate that shit.
HTML is basically you open up Notes, right, on
Mhm.
Windows, and then do your usual HTML coding.
Okay, so you don't have any.
And then you
It's
saved
just
it onto
text
your
editor.
PC, and then you open it up on the internet, and like you actually made like a website.
Damn.
I don't know any of the websites names. I forgot what I named them. I would so so do it, but I forgot what I did.
So they didn't give
I
you
did
any
I
sort
did
of ID at all.
well
That,
they gave you like the first 8 assignments or like 10 assignments. It was basically like they taught you how to build the websites and then it slowly got harder
mm.
and then you built your own. So I basically copied and pasted one, changed some colors around, changed some text fonts around.
Oh, so they didn't let you get creative.
Wow, you could have gotten creative. I just chose not to because I barely knew how to do it.
Uh,
So
because it was such a shitty learning experience.
yeah, because you weren't even learning. You were just reading, you were just looking and then typing, looking, typing. That's about it.
God, that about this She-Hulk teacher. Her tests were awful
Off because you
because
didn't understand anything because you didn't teach it. You read over it yourself.
oh, okay, they must have been structured differently because I did mine senior year and this shit was actually no, it wasn't senior, it was junior year. But this shit was crazy because I you just do the fucking test and then well, not test. There's a bunch of practice tests beforehand that you do. The test is exactly that, but all the answers are just scrambled.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
it
That's
would repeat
basically how it
questions like
is.
10 times. And if you missed anything on the practice test, it would be a shock. And then you'd get hundreds on the fucking test. It was the easiest test. It was a time waster because she had us do a ton of those practice tests throughout the
I
course.
don't know how advanced Python is,
Not
like
very, it's entry
how
level.
many steps there is, but like with HTML, I had to basically know how to write out what I needed to type on that piece of paper. Like some questions were like, if you didn't pay attention, you would have failed. Keep in mind, the end of the year or the end of the semester test was like 50% of that grade. So, like, if you had a 50% and you failed this test, you would fail.
So I've never coded in HTML, but I'm looking right now at what it looks like, and it looks super syntax heavy. Like there's essentially no real meaningful words in there.
No. And you have to count how many spaces you do, and like it all matters. And it's just stupid. I can tell you right now, I know nothing about HTML anymore, but I can guarantee if I got one of my hands on them books, I would fly through it.
Isn't that like you sort of understand the fundamentals now?
I can understand what you're talking about minutely. That's about it. But like, if I had a diagram on how to do it, I could build like a basic website
Build
that
a
says "Go
banging
fuck
website.
yourself" or something.
Yeah. I guess that's
No, but I think our school got licenses to actually have certified websites, so there could actually be a couple of our
yeah. Like,
yeah,
what do you
because you
mean? What
need
do you
some
mean by
like
that?
because like with Google at least you can make your own website with Google, obviously,
Yeah.
but you could change the link. It's about the link, right? Because if it's like if you don't have you have to have like a certification from another fucking website to even have a custom link.
Yeah.
So I think our school had bought certification rights on all the computers, or at least the ones in her class and the other class. I think they had that. I'm not sure though, but I think the websites like went out after like a certain amount of years.
Interesting. So you made actual websites that were.
Yeah, towards the end, like page 50 out of like 53, you made your own website.
That's
You
actually
can
pretty
make it
cool.
about what you can make like a website about dogs or like how big my penis is. I mean,
Yeah. So I've made 3 websites at this point, but none of them I've coded on my own. It was just using like Wix or yeah. It's I think all
Google.
3 of them were Wix.
Well, I have one which you nobody will ever know about except for you probably. I have one.
Yeah, I remember that. It was kind of. Oh, no, it works. It was a working. It was a working website. Did
Oh,
you
it,
code that by hand?
no, it's the Google website one.
Okay. Yeah, the ones I made were I made one for my photography. That was on my own because I used to do photography. I did one for my mom's singing. I was trying to help her like put together a band website and that sort of fell through. That never even got published. And then I made one for one of our classes. Actually, I ended
Huh.
up making like social media and everything for it. It was published for a little bit, but it was useless because it was about a made up business. So it's not like we had any use to keep it around. I still have the social media account. To this day, I use that account to see I'm doing like a little test. So I have let me see if I can find it. But I keep going around and I friend as many random accounts as I can in hopes that they'll follow back. I'm following 991 people and
Jesus
222
Christ.
are following me.
More than your
Yeah, more than my personal Instagram by a long shot. But
fucking
at what
Christ.
cost? Because I'm just constantly bombarded with notifications about people posting. And you can't set notification levels between accounts. So if
Yeah.
I turned off post notifications for my like stupid account that I'd made for that class, I wouldn't get it on my personal account, which isn't really something I want to do. So about a few times every day I get post notifications and all kinds of little garbage that goes along with it. But yeah, I haven't really taken my game development anywhere to get back to what we were initially talking about.
Oh.
I I was planning on doing some over winter break and I just spent it all getting a job and
Podcast,
doing
really.
anything. Yeah, podcast and bowling and just
Hanging
doing
out with my
anything but
homies.
button anything but.
I don't know. I guess if I have like 3 seconds in this segment, all I gotta say is the only thing I like want to develop is not not anything gaming, but developing wise, want to develop like I don't know my content channels, shit like that. My lifestyle, I want to like develop that more, like change my lifestyle.
Sure.
What projects? Like I want to make, I want to write a couple books. If
Oh,
I found
damn.
that, I find that interesting, and I want to
Writing
make
a
a
book is hard.
I want to make a script for either a movie or a video game. I feel like that would be fun. It ties into the thing I sent you on Discord, by the way.
Okay.
So it's like I don't know how to feel about that, but I do want to write some books. Like I want to write like a kid book or something, and then like 2 real books or 3 real books.
A kid's book.
I don't mind. Even though
Like,
no kids would ever watch me, I still wouldn't mind.
yeah, get the clout from them. Th- They're your next
More or less for my
followers.
kids. It's more or less for my kids, just publishing it for other people's kids to read.
It's an interesting take on that. Yeah, I don't. I feel like people underestimate how much work that would take a book.
Yeah, I had an old friend that actually wrote her own book, and I actually helped her with one of her stories on it. She had like a mini, like she had a book that had like 6 or 7 mini stories on it.
Hmm.
I helped to write one of those, or actually a couple of those. I put my input on some of the things, and she
Interesting.
changed some of it.
Did it ever go anywhere?
I don't know because I'm not friends with her anymore, but
Oh,
I know I bought one and then threw it away a week later because literally after I bought it, we stopped being friends, or I stopped being friends with her. So and
What if it's a
that's
world-renowned book now, and that
it's if you, I would say the book, but I forgot it.
you're missing out on like millions in commission?
She if I was a dick, I would so sue her for it, but I don't really care. I don't put it in perspective. If you're watching this, I don't hate you, but you really pissed me off. That's all you gotta say. We're we're not friends anymore, but I don't hate this person. I just don't know what the book is. I
Interesting.
forgot. I want to say it's all things must pass, but that's a song, not a book.
Whatever happened to this person? Why'd you stop
Um,
talking to her?
I'm not gonna say the whole. Might as well. So my grandmother's house in July caught on fire. It happens a lot actually. House fires happen a lot. So I can comfortably say this. So she had a pit bull. His name was Max. He was in the house while the fire was happening. He didn't get burnt to death, but he died from the the smoke. He suffocated. So I I was trying to like I was talking to people, telling them what's happening because I needed to like talk to people because it just happened. I just got home from watching it burn,
Yeah, I
and
remember you talking to me about that
she
event.
made she made the very distasteful joke of calling my dog a hot dog right after it died. So yeah,
Did she
I didn't.
even attempt to apologize for it?
No, because I blocked her like literally minutes after that. So yeah, that was just an extremely distasteful joke. In retrospect, it's kind of funny, but it's just not. It's just you just don't do that to.
Yeah, you gotta wait a long time.
Yeah, not like 5 minutes. How about 5 months to make that joke? But not even then. I was close with that dog. Like that dog was like my dog too. So like, bruh.
Yeah, like
So yeah,
we had a dog that died quite a few years ago. Not quite a few years ago. It was like 2 years ago. He died on, well, he didn't die. We had to put him down on 420 2 years ago. Like dead on 420, which is kind of
uh,
funny that it had to happen then. Well, it didn't have to
in
happen.
retro.
It was about time.
Hey, listen. Meanwhile, my girlfriend's dog. Let me tell you a story. This dog is my current Twitter profile picture. This dog is almost 20 years old. It's blind, it has no teeth, and it's deaf. This dog it's had like 5 fucking seizures, fell down the steps because of the seizure. Like I'm convinced this dog will outlive me. It's a Pomeranian.
Yeah, looking
It's
at the
like,
picture of it now.
yeah, insert image of my girlfriend's dog right here. Like, that's insane. Can you do the timestamp on that?
Yeah.
It's like Jesus Christ. Its tongue just like it's always out because she has no teeth. Her name is Ruby, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh
so what I
God,
was saying about my dog was a few years after, like a year or so after the fact, one of our close friends, I'm pretty sure you can guess who it would be, Mason, but yeah,
starts with the A, ends with a K.
yes, he he jokes a little more than he might
He's a dick.
should. Yeah.
He can be a dick at like the worst times ever.
Mm. But I just don't. It bothers me very minorly. Like it's not like I don't get upset about it. It's just like
Distasteful.
yeah,
Come on. You don't joke about you can joke about dead humans, just don't joke about dead
yeah,
animals. Like
like Margaret
animals are not
fucking Thatcher.
fucking don't even get me started.
She's a topic, Margaret Thatcher. God damn.
Very rude bitch, but a very good political figure. That's all I gotta say.
So
All
speaking of Margaret Thatcher,
right. British people.
the Mystery Fleshpit National Park.
Okay. Call me stupid, but I don't know what that is.
You,
I'm
you'll
gonna
you'll
Google
you'll get it
it.
here. No,
I'm
don't
gonna
Google it.
Google it.
No,
I'm,
I'm explaining it right now, please. Okay.
that
So
makes me scared.
so
Flesh
the
pit?
the Mystery Fleshpit National Park is somewhere in it's somewhere in Texas, I think, like western
Oh God.
Texas. Yeah, here it says in the Permian Basin of western Texas. There is a hole in the ground that is about I don't know, probably about a mile or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, yay high and yay wide. But this thing's humongous, and it is it is not rock. Okay, so let me say how they discovered it. So there was this oil drilling company, and you know what they do? They drill for oil, and
Obviously.
their drills kept getting like gummed up
You
every
know, that's super
time they went
story.
so deep. And they moved their drill and they drilled again. And they kept doing this and they just could not get through this. So eventually they found a natural, not like a natural cave system. They sort of had to open it up a bit, but there was like natural openings in the rock where eventually after a lot of blasting, they were able to get like cameras down into here, and eventually they were able to send a worker into this like sort of mock cave system for the most part that they opened up, and it was like fleshy. It wasn't rock. It was like
Mother
almost like an,
Nature's pussy.
yeah, pretty much. It was the Earth Ussy.
Of course, the Earth Ussy would be in Texas.
So I don't remember it very well, but I I watched a full like feature length documentary.
Can I Google it now?
Just give it a second. And essentially what this thing is it is a several mile wide and deep living, breathing organism.
Oh,
And
get the fuck out of here.
it's got like organs and shit. And no, just hear me out. Like it's got lungs and it's got these little like sacs. Like
What's this creepy pasta bullshit you're on about, bro?
okay. So essentially
SPC
it's all
movie,
made up. Not a
obviously.
okay. Yeah, but I was trying to let it sink in before I got to that it is, yeah, literally like you said, SCP. But there is a humongous, more than there should be, fan base that creates infographics and lore behind this mystery flesh pit n-
This could
that
be a
eventually
sub.
became a national park.
We could have so many subtopics about this.
Yeah. But for the most part, the general gist is that the company that found this and subsequently owned the land, they in this world um drilled caverns to open up little like tubes and shit into the place, and they made it like a visitor center slash national park where there was above and below ground um like like I said, a visitor center, but you could crawl around inside this fucking thing, and there's these humongous. So essentially, like if you scaled a human up to this size, like that sort of scaling as far as like parasites. So there's these huge fucking like parasites out of a fucking Fallout game where you gotta like shoot the human sized cockroach off the wall. Like it is it, seeing some of these images, and if you don't know about it, you should look it up
I'm
right
just saying,
now.
man.
Just as a just look up like infographic or a park map, because there's so much stuff in this. You could talk about it for days. But some of my favorite things are like the huge visitor center with like these drills. They had to drill through all this meat, so they had to like make these special drills, sort of like a tunnel boring machine. Fucking, they called up Elon Musk to drill through the flesh pit, and
The
they like,
2007 disaster report.
yeah. So this thing
Ooh,
gets like inflammation, and it tries to like crush the walls in. So you have to like reinforce everything and give everyone fresh air, and it's scary if you think about it how it would be to live in this thing if the body started rejecting it.
Well,
And
why
there's
the
certain
fuck would you live in there?
because there's a lot of who's ever been inside a flesh pit? It's a
But
national.
why the fuck would you want to stay in there?
There's a bunch of stuff in there like
Guts, blood.
the amniotic springs. Hold on, let me pull up the thing for that. But until I get that up, these amniotic springs are like fuck. Like there's natural um okay, here I got it.
I don't even know how to feel about this.
So this amniotic spring is it produces amniotic fluid, so there's these little hot springs inside of this place, and they each have their own names. Like you got the verbose bath, the libido bath, the bathhouse. They got a main bath, and it's just a bunch of different fucking sort of saunas, not saunas, like hot tubs, huge hot tubs. And this amniotic fluid has different levels of what do you call that? Aphrodisiac. It's like an aphrodisiac fluid, and you have to have like certain age. Like you can't take your kids into the fucking libido bath because they'll go sexual. And below a certain point, it says visitors are encouraged to consult a religious, mystic, or sexual wellness counselor before entering baths below the yellow line. So there's different tiers of these baths that will just make you go like sexually crazy.
Oh, what?
Amniotic spring fluid is safe to eat and drink and has enjoyed limited exposure as an additive to a variety of popular consumer foodstuffs, such as the seasonally available Coca-Cola Heartthrob, Feel Good McFlurry, and a ballast-based cordial liquor. So, yeah, they're just harvesting and pumping out these fucking fluids that make you horny and putting them in like Coca-Cola.
What the fuck is this, bro? This is just insane.
And that's like one little vital organ to this thing. And there's fucking pamphlets. And they have, it is literally SCP level. Like they make different departments and they really develop out the lore to this thing. And that sort of intro story is kind of what I remember from it because I remembered it from a while ago. I watched it a long while ago. But I don't think that's exactly how it went down as far as the cave stuff. I couldn't exactly remember. But that was the main gist is that they were drilling and then they found the flesh.
To get into like another topic, this reminds me of like these conspiracy theory shows about like UFOs and shit,
Mm-hmm.
or like Bigfoot. Like, obviously, it's just a drone, and like, obviously, it's some guy in a Bigfoot outfit, and like, they just have like these random ass people, like, "Hi, my name is Mark Smith," and like, like, okay, Mark, like, why the fuck would I trust your opinion about this? Like, who the fuck are you? Like, they give these like guys like intro cards like they're somebody important. Like who the fuck are you? Like I've never seen you until you got on the stupid ghost show.
Yeah, they're just fuck. Who is? Oh my god, I can't remember his name, but it's the dude that said he got fucked by female Bigfoot.
Yeah, with
He
this
popped up
raven, like
he
with that
popped up on my
raven.
feed. Yeah, he popped up on my feed earlier today. And I he makes reels and a lot of stuff on Instagram now. And I think he's just sort of leaned fully into his craziness. This dude is
He used to
mentally
roast his
insane.
raven. He used to like just like, yeah, my raven's an asshole. And I'm like, he just went all out on him, bro.
My Raven doesn't give a shit. He is an asshole. He will fuck you. Oh my god, this fuck. What is his name? Like dog, something dog.
Up dog.
Same was fucking. Same was
his
not
name
up dog.
his name was Up Dog.
Um, it doesn't matter exactly his name. Most of the people in our friend group, if you're listening, know who
And
this crazy fucker is.
most of the people on the internet, if you watched Call Me Carson, I think Carson talked about
Yeah,
him before 1.2. You would also know who this guy is. Bro, he's just funny as fuck. Like he she threw me on the ground and pulled my pants off and started playing with my pecker. Who the fuck opens off a video like that?
Peter Kane dog training is
Oh
his
yeah,
name.
he was like a dog trainer.
Yeah,
What happened to the dogs, bro? He only just trains
he was
birds.
roasting the dog. He wasn't roasting the dog. The dog was like going haywire as the fucking. He claimed that the Bigfoot was out in the woods.
That was his barn.
Yeah, fucking rape him at his barn.
But
God,
I don't think it was rape. I think he said he liked it.
interesting.
Dude, I wonder how that Bigfoot OC is like, bro. I wonder how that
Oh
feels.
my god.
All right, I think this is a good time
Yeah,
to
it's,
stop where it
yeah.
gets too
Leave it off
far.
on the Bigfoot OC.
All right,
That's the true mystery flesh pit. uh,
perfect video title I just came up with. All right,
okay.
thank you everybody for watching as always, please show your support by, liking, following, sharing on whatever platform you use. Um, make sure to check out our link tree as well. It's usually, linked somewhere in one of our social media platforms. Just click on it, get all the
Please.
links you ever want. And as always, follow all of my social medias and basically all at Hate Stuff. And then all of Tyler's social medias are at Ty Jinx Official.
Yeah.
Because yet again, that 12-year
Stupid
old
people.
piece of shit,
Yeah.
piece piece of shit 12-year-old, I forgot. So yeah, thank
Join
you
my
everybody for
OnlyFans.
watching. Okay, all right, goodbye everybody.
So yeah.